So, as a journalist, it is important that we are aware of the factors that might harm our layout in journalism so that we will be able to come up with an excellent newsletter. So, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss to you the do's and the don'ts in page makeup. So, let's start. The first one is avoid thumbstoning, meaning to say, placing two or more headlines on approximately the same level in adjacent columns, especially if they are on the same point and types. So take a look at the picture. You have headlines in adjacent column. You have headline A, headline B, and headline C with the same font style and size, which is a big no in a newspaper makeup. It would have been better if you put some cut or pictures in the middle and change the font style of your headlines. So there, so it wouldn't look monotonous, right? Number 2, avoid bad breaks. So breaking the stories to the top of the columns. So like for the examples in the picture, yung lead niya is yung news story is nasa baba. And then the succeeding paragraph of that news story is nasa second column, at the top of the second column. That is a no. So the top of every column should have at least a headline or a cut. So number 3, avoid separating related stories and pictures. So if your news story is here and then your picture is here, or the other way around, that is a big no. So that does not make any sense already. Kung ilalagay mo yung news story na malayo sa illustration niya. Number 4, avoid gray area. Break this up with the use of subheads, indented boldface, paragraphs, and the use of short articles with short headlines. So here, in page layout, we are making sure that the topics are clearly defined and is not hard to understand, right? So next, number 5, keep long columns of 6 points, types, and tabular materials to a minimum, especially on the front page. Okay. Number 6, avoid using a headline unless the story deserves it. Screaming headline should not also be used. A screaming headline, when we say screaming headline, it is one that is too big for a short news story or an unimportant story. So kung gagawa ka ng isang headlines, make sure that if you're going to use a screaming headline, it is an important news story. Okay, so number 7, don't make the page top heavy. So making the top half of the page heavy with cut and big headlines. So, kapag tinignan mo yung dyaryo, tapos masyado siya maraming headlines at the top, and also a cuts, pinagsama-sama sa taas. So, that makes the newspaper looks heavy. So, walang balance. As we know that the characteristics of a good newspaper is dapat meron din siyang balance, right? Alright, so number 8, avoid many headlines of the same size on a page. So, as much as possible, hindi dapat masyadong marami yung headlines sa isang page tapos pare-parehas pa ng size. Number 9, avoid placing small heads on rather a long story. So, if masyadong mahaba yung stories mo or yung news stories mo, dapat kahit papano, medyo malaki yung headlines na ipi-place mo para sa kanya. Alright, so number 10, the average number of stories on page 1 of a tabloid is from 7 to 9 stories. So thank you so much, and this is our do's and don'ts in page makeup. So keep this in mind in order to come up with a good newsletter, excellent newsletter.